by Big Condo Studios, where we hire studios from just £20. With professional studio engineering and production team on hand to help you with every need. From recording songs, recording monologues, or even recording audiobooks, we can help you with any of your studio needs. Make sure you check out our website, www.bigcondostudio.com. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Meg's Music Box. Today, I am joined by Aaron Spencer.
Hello.
Hello. So, how was your Music Box experience?
Really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's good to get some acoustic tunes down and
Came rocking in with your guitar.
yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about what kind of got you into music to begin with.
So I've always played guitar from a young age. Well, I say play, but there was always a guitar in the house. And I think when I was a young child, I used to just like play it until like you just get like a blister on my thumb. But I actually started learning properly from the age of like 14, 15.
Okay.
Watching like YouTube tutorials and sort of like taught myself. And then 18, just started writing songs. Inspired by like going out.
Going out, going out.
But the songwriting was always something that like no one knew about, not even my family.
So it was like a little secret.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love that, but it was a way of kind of unloading.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, because I think as a child, because I was always like quite reserved and in some respects probably a bit of an observer.
Yeah. So you just wouldn't expect it?
No. So for me, it was just like it's something that I did. I always envisaged doing it and playing on stages and playing music, but for a long time I just didn't do it. The songs didn't leave my bedroom.
I love that. So your songs didn't leave your bedroom for almost 2 years, and then what made you kind of go, do you know what? I'm ready to come out the bedroom now with these.
Yeah.
With this
So
song.
it was actually longer than 2 years. So I was started writing songs at 18, and I'm 25 now, but I got to the age of 23 and I did an apprenticeship. I studied a degree part-time, and I was 23 years old, and I was like, I come from Cumbria, and often in Cumbria, a lot of people like stay there and live there all their life.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I just knew that wasn't for me.
You needed to get out and explore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of slipped into a bit of like a dark place with all of that. And not many people know about that, but I had like went through a phase like depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And then sort of in that phase of like doing a bit of soul searching, I knew I needed to find something that would like almost like a pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, I love that, a pursuit of happiness. It's kind of like a creative outlet for whatever's inside. It feels like it's bursting out of you, but you don't know what to do with all that energy, with all those emotions. So you decided to put it into music. Yeah,
exactly. That's it.
I love that.
So yeah, it was the 21st of December, 2018. So it was like, coming up to Christmas. I'd just finished work and it was such an impulsive decision. There was an open mic, which was in a town called Wigton, which was an hour out of town where I lived. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get my guitar and go to that open mic.
Spontaneous at its finest.
Yeah.
And then what went through, like, what was that process there? Did you just go, I'm going to go to this open mic? Did you tell anybody? Did you go by yourself?
So there was just my brother with me, and I was like, do you want to go to this open mic? And he was like, yeah, sound. I think it just turned 18, so he was
game for anything.
If there was like, if he could buy pints there, sound, he'll come.
He's like, I've got an idea that I need to use, so I'm down, I'm coming.
Yeah, so we both went up there, and he was like, what, are you actually going to get up and sing like? And I'm like, yeah.
I love that. Was he blown away? Did he give you a good response afterwards, or did he take the mick out to you like most brothers do?
No, I mean, to be honest, he was a bit shell shocked. He was like, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. Like,
You can always count on like extreme honesty from siblings.
Yeah. He recorded it, and the song "Flower" that I just played in the studio. I put like the acoustic version online.
Yeah.
And then I just got an insane like
Response
from friends on Facebook, and it got shared, and it got like over something like 2,000 views, which doesn't really seem like much, but
that is
for me,
this is you know what, just because so many things go viral with like hundreds of millions of views and stuff, 2,000 views is still massive.
Yeah,
people forget that. I think we're desensitized to like how big that is, because obviously we see like the small minority of people who get like huge reach and stuff like that. Like, that's such a big deal. Like, that must have been like, oh my God, 2,000 people looking at my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think to get that from like the first ever performance, first ever time even sharing
Telling
my songs
people.
in front of people, I was like, right, it just lit a complete fire inside me. And then since then, it's just grown and grown. Like,
You got the bug.
Yeah. 100%.
The fire was started inside of you. Right, and you've even actually got a song called "Fire Inside," haven't you?
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about your music and your songs a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So now that you've got the ball rolling with the music and stuff like that, what would your dream stage be for you to perform on?
It would definitely be Glastonbury, but I'm someone who's always like quite realistic as well.
Yeah.
So like, I think legends play Glastonbury, don't they?
Yeah.
So, I'd love to play just like Liverpool Olympia or something like that. That'd be sick.
To be fair, I love that you say, like, I'm a big realistic goal setter. I'm all about them smart goals, honey. But I think it's so important to have like the big dreams and stuff. But that's still that'll be a huge accomplishment if you get to the Olympia in Liverpool. Big audience.
Yeah. It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, so good. Right. So let's talk about, so when you write your music, what's kind of your process? Do you experience something and then you go, oh, I'm going to write that down? Or do you think of other scenarios, or where does it come from?
It's a bit of a tricky one, because in terms of like process, I wish there was a process, but I'll hear lyrics, or I'll think of words, or rhyming couplets, and I'll write them down in notes on my phone, and that'll be like when I'm out on the bus, or in the shower, it can come at any time, and then there'll be like these lyrics floating around, and it's very like fragmented, and then when I spend hours every week songwriting, I always try and write something every week.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it just comes together. So you writing a song, and it's only like when I've got most of the song down that I actually think, oh, this is about that.
Yeah.
Or like, this is a story of that song, or the meaning.
So it kind of becomes part of your journey. That's a little bit like you're not realising what's coming out.
Yeah.
But then when you put it together, you're like, oh, I was feeling like that, and I didn't even realise.
Yeah.
So it's just like intrinsically coming out and making some music magic for yourself. So what are you up to at the minute? So you moved from Cumbria to Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
To go fulfill your journey being towards music. So obviously we've had lockdown, we've all that. So what's on the agenda for you now? What's the next steps?
So the rest of this year, I want to release quite a bit of music. I'm going to be releasing 4, maybe even 5 songs, and sort of release them within quick succession. And with lockdown lifting, I'm hoping to catch a bit of a wave and get plenty of gigs, everywhere, busk as well.
Yeah,
we've been without it for so long that I'm just like.
Do you love a good busk?
I've never done it.
Haven't you?
Never done it. No.
I think busking would be the scariest type of performance, because when you go to a concert, people know what they're getting, don't they? Somebody on the stage and stuff. Yeah. But some people, like, as they walk on past, you're either capturing them, but then I don't know, like, would you feel like, because some people, like, people stop, don't they? And sometimes you can get a little bit of a circle, but then most of the time people are just walking past and like nodding their head. So I wonder how that will feel. Are you excited to find out, or like what's your feelings towards that?
It's a challenge. Like,
I
think it doesn't really matter if nobody there will be people who like to hear it, because people are really appreciative of music, and I think that they will be now. They've been without it.
100%, yeah.
And I think just in Liverpool, when you walk through Sefton Park or the city centre, the buskers give it a real vibe.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's got to play the part in doing that. So yeah, I'm excited to get involved in it.
Yeah, I think that would be good. If I see you when I'm walking through Sefton Park, I'll definitely stop and have a bit of a boogie.
100%.
So let's talk about your music now. So the first song that you performed for us was called Fire Inside. So the words in that are very deep.
Yeah.
They come from a very raw place. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. So is that, like, where did that come from?
So that was something that was written in the first lockdown last year. So it's a fairly new one. And it's unreleased, but I thought that would sort of like
give us a little
show
sneak
who
preview.
I am. Yeah. So Fire Inside, I guess it's a song about going through whatever adversity you go through in life. So in the song, it's about somebody who's grown up without a dad.
Yeah. Which a lot of people will be able to relate to.
Yeah. So the song, he's growing up without his dad, but he'll teach himself to be a man.
Yeah.
That was like, because I grew up with like a single mum. She's been the constant.
Yeah.
And
so it's like the motivation behind what you do, isn't it? And it's kind of saying, like, no matter when I was listening to the words, the message I was getting was like, regardless of my adversities, I'm going to make my mum proud. I'm going to, make myself proud. And I don't need anybody else to show me how to be a man. It's in me.
Yeah. And I guess it was only in lockdown when it's time to reflect on who I was as a child to like who I am now.
Yeah.
To say that it doesn't matter if something's missing as you're growing up, it makes you who you are. And if you can find like that fire inside, then that's all you need, and it'll be your biggest strength.
Yeah. It's the fuel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the fuel behind everything that you do. And if you don't admit defeat with those things, and you say these are the things that could challenge me, but I'm going to use it to power me up and go on to bigger and better pastures. Okay, so the second one, very different, a little bit saucy, and that was Flower.
Flower.
Yeah, I love that one, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. So that one's out on Spotify and that, and it's with the full band, and it's a real sort of energetic, explosive song. But
was there one particular girl in mind when you were writing that, or
not really? No, it was more just like a common, not stereotype, but a character you see on a night out, and it's somebody who is living for the weekends per se, and enjoying themselves, maybe mixing with the wrong people, but it's sort of like questioning why they do that, and maybe there's more of a somber reason why they do that.
Yeah,
and it's because they're a flower that's just trying to grow, but they're not in the right environment. So that was like the idea with the lyrics.
The lyrics, the she's trying to grow, like that. I love that, because I was like, oh, you're giving me the goosies. So finally, your third song, your newest song, just released yesterday.
Yeah. Which
was, let's say, because obviously we don't know what date this is going to go out. So it released on the 30th of April.
Yeah.
So tell me, where are you now? Where did that come from? What's the story behind it?
Yeah, so I guess that it's just a bit of a breakup song, really, going from like seeing somebody who's a big part of your life to like the next day almost like never to be seen again. And then you're sort of wondering, like, a bit of time has gone. Have they changed their mind? Should I call them up? Are they wanting me to call them up? So,
trying to get into the mind of a woman is never a good idea.
Yeah, so it's just, I guess, like, it was a situation I found myself in, my friends found themselves in.
Yeah.
So, and with my writing, I always like to try and write songs for other people as well. So, it's got to be key that I think somebody else has got to relate to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
what's your favourite out of the three to perform?
Probably Flower. I think just because when the drums are there and Stu, the guy who plays lead guitar in like my backing band, it just sounds like so like beefy.
Yeah.
And I've played it to friends and like they love the song. They sort of like chant it back. I just think in proper gig environment. Now I can do it when things, you know, restrictions get lifted. I think it's just gonna go off.
It's going off. It's going off. I love that. So, okay, where can our viewers find you?
You can find me on Instagram. It's _Aaron Spencer, AARON, and it's Aaron Spencer, all one word. On YouTube, I'm going to be sort of building more stuff on there, I think, now.
Yeah.
Got a music video there for Flower, and
And all streaming platforms.
Yeah, all streaming platforms, Spotify, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Johnson, Flower.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Okay, thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure watching you perform. Loved hearing your lyrics. Loved everything. Love your vibe. So thanks so much for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Meg's Music Box. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning into the Music Box, guys. I've been Meg Vincetta. You can find me on all social platforms at Meg_Vincetta, Vincetta. Make sure you hit the like button if you like this video, and make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you would like to get involved in any Big Condo future videos, then please don't hesitate, get in touch.